so strong.
Hey y'all, kitchen's open. I hope you're having a nice day. If you've never said hi before, or if you're new, over here, down here in the chat, say hi to us. People there, the counterculture, they'll give you a warm welcome. I'm Dina, and welcome to Silver Lining Homeplace. So tonight, I want to see who's here before I jump into this. So let's do some quick hellos. Hello, hellos. Hey, Obs. Principal Walker, it's good to see you. Keely, I cannot pronounce it either. I think it is Za'atar. I'm hoping that Sherry can give me an assist with this. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. Hey, Sherry. Valerie, nice to see you here tonight. Hey, Beth. Tori, you're going to get to try this tomorrow. All right, so Za'atar chicken. It's roasted chicken with some tahini and scallions, and I'm going to put it in a pita. It takes time to make chicken, or to roast chicken. It takes a lot of time to make one, but you know. I've got some chicken in here already because I value your time, but it actually got me thinking, well, crap. I don't know how to cook a chicken faster without ruining it. So I did a little research, and tonight I'm going to spatchcock a chicken for the very first time. And that means you're going to spatchcock a chicken too. So before that, let's make a cocktail. Sherry brought over these really nice golden kiwis. And I decided that I needed to try to make a cocktail out of them. So what I came up with was the Golden Kiwi martini. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to get my ice and glasses out, or glass, singular. Actually, I'm going to leave that glass in there for just a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of this off for my garnish. And then we're going to spoon the rest out into the shaker. You know, it always sounds easy. Oh, we're just going to spoon the rest of this out into the shaker. Peeling kiwis is tedious. Which means now I have to learn how to peel a kiwi and then do a short, because there's got to be a fast way that I just don't know about. So that's that. But what I usually do is just try to get the spoon in as close to the skin as possible, and then just try not to pierce the skin and go around. And maybe this is the best way and I just didn't know it. Who knows? But it works. Wow, I opened a new thing of olive oil. It's Garcia Cruz. I was using Partana and I really don't like the Partana anymore. So the Garcia Cruz, I can actually smell it cooking in the chicken in there. It's amazing. What's going on here? Interesting that the Discord link isn't working all of a sudden, Keely. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got the lime in here, or I'm sorry, the kiwi. I'm gonna get a lime and juice that up. And I need to look at the recipe because I cannot remember. It is 3/4. 1 lime is about an ounce, so I'm just gonna go with it. Full ounce here. All right, so that's the lime. And we're gonna muddle it. And if I recall correctly, his name is Tim. All right, 3 ounces of vodka, which is 2 of this end. I guess I just showed you what it looks like in there, huh? Let's do that. And sweet and sour, which I think is kind of like orange juice on steroids? I don't know. .75 ounces. Like I'm gonna measure that out. That's hard. So almost 3. Here we go. That was ice. So you put your cheater one on there. Always put the back one, or the small one, to the back, because if something slips, you're gonna be shaking it that way. It'll go over your shoulder instead of in your face. So. I'm afraid I'm gonna see a meme of me shaking a cocktail with that resting bitch face. All right, here we go. There's the hot burn. Slow pour. That's a little too fancy for me. Going with just one. Or that. How's that? Now, I'm going to get this money shot real quick because, well, you know what? No, I'm not. We've had better. That's what I can say. But, ooh, it's growing on me now. I'll get back to you. I like tart, fruity kiwiness of it. Yeah, really good. All right, that's what y'all are saying. Za'atar? Is that right, Sherry? Za'atar? Spatchcocking. Spatchcocking is like butterflying the chicken. So basically you're taking out the spine and the wishbone, and then that leaves you with a nice flat piece of meat, or flatter. Because what you get, well, why don't I get into that in a minute? Let me see what else people are talking about here. Hey, Aunt Kathy, nice to see you. Good idea. Eat first. Yes, we're going to learn something. We're going to learn lots of things today, actually. You know, I think you're right, Sherry. I think that's the method of choice for many people. So I might just roll with that and spend my time learning something else. Okay. All right. Hey, Collie. Good to see you. North Sound. Good to see y'all. Well, you noticed, huh, Tori? Good job. All right. Let's get on this chicken thing. Let me clear up here. Sherry, thank you for my shirt. Oops. Thank you. You know, Collie, I think of you every time I pull up a new soundtrack. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, spatchcocking a chicken. So, if I was to cook this right now I gotta get a new towel. Breast up, legs. So what's happening is if you cook it whole like this, the breast, which is the most tender part, the most fragile piece that doesn't want to get overdone, is the part that cooks first because it's up higher. Because they're up higher. And then the legs and the thighs that need a little more time, those don't get done as much because they're down at the bottom. So by spatchcocking it, we're gonna cut it in half here. The spine will come out, and then we'll be able to lay it flat, and that kind of gives everybody equal opportunity heat. So that's the plan. All right, and I've never done this before, y'all. And I figured most of you haven't. So yeah, we're gonna do this together. Real quick, I just saw a comment here. I say Kathy, but her name is Mary. We also had a Joe, and his name was Roman, and Ike, and his name was Richard. So, and honestly, everybody calls me D, so getting used to Dina has been a little weird. And it's just D, the letter, nothing else. But anyhow, back to our chicken. All right, I need one of these. You're gonna need a paring knife. And what you want to do is just get in here. You're gonna have to poke around in there, y'all. Figure out where the backbone is. So, the squishy parts, I know I don't have to explain this to y'all, but the squishy parts are the breasts. The bony part, unless you're me, is the back. So, just flip her over and just kind of eyeball where that spine is, and I really cannot show you because, you know, that would require a flashlight in there. So I'm just going to go for it. But you do need a good pair of kitchen shears. Making sure that I don't have the breast side up. And here we go. I don't like sticking my scissors in a hole and don't know what you're doing. Your fingers are up in there. All right. So this is not going too badly. I know this is kind of gross for some of y'all. I apologize, but it's necessary. So now I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to come right along here. I keep thinking my fingers are going to get caught. Now it's spineless chicken. All right, so the next part, now that we've got it opened up, now we need to figure out where the wishbone is and pull that out. And I've heard, I know on a turkey for sure, but this part right here is called the Pope's nose. But I don't know if that's for sure on the chicken. Wishbone. I wish I knew where the wishbone was. It seems like an odd place, but it sure looks like one. Oh, here we go. Interesting. Wow, I've never looked at it from this angle yet. See? I feel like this is not it, but boy, it might be. It's a lot, it feels a lot different uncooked than when you can just reach in and grab it when it's cooked. It might. Yeah, I'm just not convinced that that's the wishbone because it doesn't seem right anatomically. And here we go. Here it is. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm done tonight is figure out why you take out the wishbone, because now it's just perplexing me. And you know what? I'm not going to, because I just on my finger twice and I'm afraid I'm going to cut it on one of those bones. This is flat enough for me. It's up in the neck area, Kathy? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I need you to point. I'm just not seeing it at all. Yeah, see guys, this is why I wanted to do it live, because, you know, I know a lot of things, but I don't know all the things, and there's no reason to pretend like I do. Yeah, I think it might be broken, because this guy right here has threatened to put a hole in me twice, and it's coming after me. And this chicken does not get to come after me, so it's good enough for what I need tonight. It's nice and flat. It's the legs and thighs out. I'll tuck the wings under after I get it all marinated. It's hanging out there just ready, right? Check it out. Hey, look at that. Yeah, there's a couple really sharp ones in there. I'm just, well, now that I'm at this angle, maybe, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's broken. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to call this, we need to learn more. But there, now she's all laid out, ready to roll. So, put that aside. I'm going to do some cleanup here for a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Actually, you don't have to clean it, because you know what? Maillard sent me a shit ton of these boards. So, I'll be back. Get sanitary here for a moment. All right, we're good now. Damn scissors though. All right, so what we're doing is we're gonna make a little paste out of the za'atar. And za'atar is it's an herb mix that it's got got name butter in it. And depending on where you are, how your family made it, how your country make it, you do it differently. But overall, it's herbs, sesame seed, salt, sumac. The type I use uses hyssop, which is the biblical name, I guess, for oregano. So let me show you what we've got. And sumac is a berry. And it's got a lemony smell to it. It's really interesting. The berry, I mean, it smells like lemon. I've been smelling lemon all day since I opened this up and threw it out here. So I'm not going to use this because this already has the sumac in it, but I just want to show you the sumac. It's red. So let's make a little paste here with some garlic, olive oil, and then the za'atar. I need another board. I don't know if you can see these, but there's a pile of them over here because they kept on getting ruined in shipping, and Made In is such an awesome company. They just kept sending me new ones. This is the replacement for the replacement. We're good to go. Let's cut down some garlic. This is some of the enchilada red. So that chicken that I've already put in has been in for just about an hour. Before I start cutting into this garlic, I want to check on that. Let's see here. Let's see how everybody's doing first. Wow, has it been that long since I checked on you? Y'all are chatty. What's going on here? Principal Walker, I hear you. You don't really have to do it special unless someone's looking. All right. Looks like we've got some audio distortion. Yeah, I never found it. It's broken. I'm pretty sure that. Hey, Alec, how are you? It does look like a pasty white frog. Yes. Gretchen, welcome. All right. Let's check this chicken here. Where's my? There it is. Y'all want an instant read thermometer? Get one of these. You need it. If you're cooking anything, you need this. Close, but not yet. I'm going to leave the lid off and create a really ringy sound. I'm going to leave the lid off so the skin dries out a little bit. So this dish, gosh, Sherry, it's been almost 2 years. Exactly. I think, if I recall correctly, we had this on February 11th, 2020, in the before times. Now, y'all think about what February 11th, 2020 was, what was happening in the world then. Sherry and I were walking around New York City without masks. But this came from Chelsea Market. We went to this little restaurant called Miznon, M-I-Z-N-O-N, and it's kind of like a street food restaurant. And yeah, the friend we were with ordered this and split it with me, and it was so good. So good. So I came home, and of course, you know, I was still commuting back then, and I kept on thinking, how can I make this faster? How can I make this? How can I make this? Couldn't find a recipe online, so for the last 2 years, I've been trying it out, and this is kind of where I've landed. Wrap your fingers around your knife, choke up, grab it like you mean it, and you get those root ends off, and then hit it. The skin's released nice and easily because you have cut the root end off. That's the only part that actually is holding it on. And then we're gonna mince like we mean it. Well, yes, Sherry, you did kind of have one on. North Sound, this is not a good time. So it was really cold. It was freaking cold. And Sherry was wearing like a pashmina shawl that she was wrapping around her face, and we had no idea that she was like ahead of the curve by what, 2 weeks? So yeah, this is the last thing we ate in New York at a restaurant, I believe. Probably one of the last things I ate in a restaurant until this year, or late last year. Let's see, what are we talking about here? Yes, Principal Walker, it is a little funny that we're going from Modelo and Spam to something a little different. Yeah. All right, so I've got my garlic done. I'm gonna grab some scallions. Who calls them that? They're green onions. Maybe on the East Coast? Is that what it is? I wonder. Talk amongst yourselves while I take a drink. And Sherry, correct me if I were wrong, but I think you were showing the top dog or the second top dog in Canada at Westminster that year? So people ask me sometimes, how is it that I don't hit my fingers while I'm cutting? I am doing one of these jobbies. I can show you. Bad angle for this, but I'm curling my fingertips under and just running the knife this way. So I'm not gonna cut myself here. I would cut myself on my fingers if they were out. That's why they get curled under like a claw. Yeah, spring onions. Spring onions in the UK, I've heard that. And then you just kind of crawl your fingers back as you go, and you look all fancy smancy. And what you can't tell is I'm doing it on the bias, so I'm gonna exaggerate it just a little bit more. They're prettier. I don't think it does a dang thing, but makes me happy, and then it makes me happier when someone we know calls it on the slanty. So why I'm walking myself back instead of pushing the food forward is beyond me. That's okay, because I'm smiling. I'm having a good time tonight. Yeah, top Bichon bitch in Canada. That's right. That's right. Principal Walker, I know nothing about this. I'll have to look it up. And you know, I think I am going to do a steak soon. Probably towards the end of the month. Yeah. All right. We've got this. It's the garlic and the scallions, spring onions, green onions, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to toss the za'atar in here. I'm going to put some olive oil in, make a paste. My earbud back in because it keeps falling out. Looks like we need a little more olive oil. That's one thing I remember about this dish. It was in a pita, so it was supposed to be eaten like a sandwich, but it was really the chicken was moist and there was a lot of the sauce in the paper, so it was super good. All right, that's ready to go. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is something that I can never remember which direction it is, so I'm going to read it every single time. All right, you know that I say brown food is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some baking soda in the salt that we put on the skin of this chicken, and that's going to help. Okay, bear with me for a second. It's going to lower the temperature. The baking soda in the salt will lower the temperature at which the Maillard reaction happens. And the Maillard reaction is a series of small chemical reactions that occur when proteins and sugars in and on your food get to the right temperature, and they're transformed by the heat, and they produce these flavors and aromas that, well, make brown food good. So, and that is the Maillard reaction. We'll probably talk about that on Discord, so if you're interested and I don't remember, you might want to ping me. There's the Discord server. And let me check this chicken real quick. Oh yeah, we're good. So I'm going to leave that oven on because we're going to use this pan and the oven for the chicken that we just messed with. Actually, you know, we're probably not going to use that pan. I've got another plan. So let me move this board. I don't think we need it anymore for anything. Oh yeah, we do. I'm going to cut some scallions because we're going to need that, and some parsley, and then I can clear this out of the way. All right, let's keep going here. And this is just for on the sandwich when we're done, which means I really want them to be pretty. So we're gonna do exaggerated bias here. Ow, son of a bitch. We're back. All right, where were we? Scallions are us. Done. Get a little parsley going here. Oh, we can giggle about it. I mean, the worst case is I might need stitches. But, you know, it's still funny. because I had just given the, I'm not going to cut my fingers because I curl them under. But that's okay, because it really hurts a lot. So let's get this chopped up here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to just kind of, I don't want to say roast, but I'm just going to heat up the pan here, which I should turn on. And we're going to brown up the these things. Pine nuts. Pine nuts. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna brown the pine nuts. All right. So that's that. I think that is everything for this. So now the danger zone can go away. It's one of those streams, y'all. If it can go wrong, it will. I think the streaming gods are testing me, and I'm a win. You know it, right? All right. Let's move over here to the pine nuts real quick. Now, the one that we had in New York did not have pine nuts to my recollection, but I need them. I like them, so I'm going to have them. So you just need to watch these and make sure that you don't burn them. They burn pretty easily. I've got this on low. Next thing I need to do is pull apart one of these pieces of chicken. So let me get a bowl for that. I'm gonna turn those nuts off while I work on this. A fork might be a good idea. A couple of them actually. Still pretty hot, but it'll work. Making sure I don't grab any of the little bones like this one. So for this, you know, pull it out of the oven and it's already done pan, I just used breasts because that's what I had thawed out. Hot. So hot. Nice and moist. I forgot to put the baking soda in the salt for that chicken. So that's why that skin is not super crispy. That's okay. Yes, I seasoned the chicken. I'm going to show you how I did that, but I want to pull this apart real quick because I'm not sure, Tori, how long I'm going to be able to go with this finger because it hurts. It hurts a lot. So I'm going to try to at least plate this thing, and then if I'm feeling up to the task, I will show you how I season the chicken. It's a little out of order, but you know, this is live, and I think being put to the test sometimes is hard. But it's okay. It's okay. So we've got, I've got enough to make one of these here. And I like to put the tahini on it while the chicken is hot. So there's nothing in here that I really want to use at the moment. So I'm going to take these guys and move it. I think this is the first time I have ever cut myself in how many years, Aunt Kathy? How long have I been cooking? All right. But first a drink. Oh, girl, I am so glad you said that because I'm gonna eat some right now. Maybe it'll make my finger feel better. It was good. It was really good. Wow. A bat signal, you. All right, let's get this tahini on here while this is hot. So, if you're not familiar, tahini is sesame seeds, and I know there are at least 3 of us attending this little event right now that have a thing for sesame oil, so I can only assume that you are tahini people as well. So I took this out earlier, out of the fridge, so that it would not be, you know how the cold peanut butter effect is. So I'm just kind of stirring it up. I just want the juicy parts, so throw that on there. And I'm going to put a little more of the Za'atar. Where did it go? Oh, it's in the bag. All things sesame. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, good for the pain receptors. Yeah. That, what you said. That right there. All things sesame. No kidding, Sherry. No freaking kidding. All right. Good, Alec. Team tahini. We finally agree on something to eat. So I'm just going to throw a little bit more of this in here. I'm going to drop some olive oil in. And you know what I'm also going to do is get one of these pitas on the stove and dual purpose this stuff. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to put a pita on top of these pine nuts, and I think the timing will work out just fine if I don't screw anything up. to stand back here so I don't forget that that's on the stove. Where is my olive oil? Needs a little more of that. I'm just going to use the marinade that I've made for the other chicken. Just drop that in because it's going to be better. All right, that's ready. Let's check this. This is not heating up fast enough, so I'm throwing the pita in the microwave for 7 seconds. These nuts are looking good. I don't want them to burn. They're terrible when they're burned, so that's where we're stopping before something else goes wrong. 7 seconds wasn't enough tonight, so we're gonna do another 7. Grab a plate. And I forgot to change cameras. Oh, that's all right. All right, just get some of this on here. Some of the roasted pine nuts, toasted, I should say. A little of the parsley and onions. Another drizzle of olive oil because it was dripping with it. I like drippy things. And then I'm going to get a little Malden on here because I don't think there's enough salt. And, well, you know me and my Malden. All right. So yeah. It's kind of worth the stitches that I think I might need. This is good. I may not need to go back to Chelsea Market. This is good. Winning. All right, let's deal with this chicken so y'all know how to make this. All right. This is the paste I made with the garlic and the scallions and the za'atar. I'm going to put some, how do I explain this? The ingredients are the same. The method by which I am going to put the ingredients on the chicken is the same. The only thing that's different between what I did with the breasts earlier and this thing here is, one, I'm gonna move faster because this is starting to hurt more. And two, I want this to be like super crispy. I'm gonna do this almost like it's a baked chicken kind of thing. It'll be crispy on the outside, especially since I've got the thighs and everything. It's gonna be a different animal than these breasts, so I'm gonna go ahead and do them differently. This chicken, I'm gonna lay out on a cookie. I'm doing this on the fly. I'm gonna lay it out on a cookie sheet and then on a wire rack like you would use for cooling cookies. And then that's gonna get the air circulation going. It'll cook faster that way. It'll be crispier for Keely and I to have that skin crispy. And we're still gonna get the same flavor profile. I think the meat is probably gonna be just as juicy. It's just we're gonna have the crispiness. And who's got a problem with that? If you do, well, why don't you go stand over there? Anyhow. So, I'm gonna get that pan out. You need one of these. And you need one of these. And you need one of my favorite sounds in the kitchen, which you probably didn't know. I don't know who Borden is, mods. Ow! Sherry's question, do you think it tastes like the New York version? I did not mean to bring that up. My finger is a little off. Foil here on here. Now we've got air circulation, we've got juice going to the bottom. That means the outside's going to be crispy. So let's grab this guy. Sherry, it's not as good as New York. It's different. And I think New York is always going to be better because, you know, we were at Chelsea Market. We were hanging out and having a good time. And it was one of the last times that we were out in the wild in the before times. So I think there's always going to be some food memory around it that's I'm never going to be able to catch up to with anything that I cook. Unless it's the turkey we had for Thanksgiving last year. That was good. All right. And this is why you saran wrap your stream deck for when you drop your lime on it. I have got a salt and there we go. I mixed up earlier today a half cup of salt and a half teaspoon of baking soda. That will help crisp this chicken up nicely, the skin. So I'm just gonna dust this on here. And this is where you're gonna get your Maillard effect. The baking soda will help us get there at a lower temperature. So while I'm thinking about it, I am gonna raise this up to 400 since I'm kind of doing a roasting thing. Okay, now I'm gonna get in here. Ow! I'm actually going to go on the other side, so maybe you can see how I'm getting the paste underneath the skin. So you don't want to break the skin, but you want to try to just wiggle your fingers in there. Get them in there like you mean it. reach in, massage that breast. Get the other one, equal opportunity, y'all. And then caress that thigh a little bit. Get it ready for the pace that's coming at it. All right. Pretty sufficiently lubed, so I'm just kind of tucking this in there. Try to get it further down this leg. All right. It's done. I'm going to put a little bit more of the, what do you call that stuff? The salt and baking soda on the outside, and then I'm going to sprinkle some of the za'atar on here. So the baking soda does something that helps the Maillard effect happen at a lower temperature. I think it's the alkalins reacting with the proteins. So let's get some of these crevices here. And some more of the spice mix. So Tori, that is how you spice your chicken. That's how you get that flavoring in there. 400 degrees. What we've got is airflow beneath, around, on top. The one that I did earlier, this one, I put some lemons down in the bottom. And there's actually some really nice sauce. I might be making a pan sauce tomorrow, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna have some pan sauce tomorrow, Tori. All right, this is going in the oven. I'm going to check that in about 45 minutes. I'm not going to ask you all to stay that long. Any questions? what do we got going on here? Yeah, the memory, it's the memory that makes it good. It was a really nice day that day. We went to the 9/11 memorial. We were on that bus thing, I think. I think that was the day we were on the bus thing, the on and off thing. It was a nice day. It was cold as cold. I might have to post that picture of you in your Assassin's Creed look. It's one of my favorite photos I took in 2020, actually. So with your permission, I might put that up on Discord. Aunt Kathy, well, okay, I'm gonna admit it. I don't know how to tell if I need stitches or not, so this might be a good time for somebody to chime in. All right, who's got something for me? Otherwise, I'm gonna say peace out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, because, you know, I cut my finger for y'all, so it's the least you could do. It hurts me, not you. Anyhow, take care. I'll talk to y'all next week.